We have a proposed plan that involves Ms. Gordon signing a relinquishment. We already have a partial agreement with Mr. Fuentes as in his attorney that is very similar to the other case for him to be a possessory conservator. However, Mr. Jackson needs time to get with his client and have that relinquishment signed and then notarized. Would it be possible for us to come back on this case at 4 p.m. today to finalize that?
Sure.
Okay, and if I could have my witnesses, Brittany and Amanda as well, plan to come back at 4 p.m. today, if that's okay.
All right. Ms. Jones and who else did you say?
Amanda Jones and Brittany Perez.
Okay. Then Ms. Jones and Ms. Perez, if you will excuse you till 4 o'clock this afternoon, if you could come back then, please. Okay. All right, so we will stand in recess until 4 p.m. this afternoon. We'll be back. I may, depending on how late we go on our 3 o'clock hearing, I might stop this YouTube to move out of my courtroom. This is a continuation of a final hearing involving the Lamella P.V. child. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Ms. Kincaid is with us, I'm pretty sure by phone line, representing the father, Mr. Fuentes, who is back with us. And Mr. Jackson is with us representing Ms. Gordon. I don't see her, Mr. Jackson. Were you expecting her this afternoon?
No, sir, I wasn't. And just to fill the court in on where we're at, this has been an all-day ordeal for us. We've had online commissions that expired, so we had to get another law office to use their legal assistant that can notarize online. And I'm told, this is through Cindy Barella's office, and I'm told that she'd signed off on everything, and I think they provided a medical history and her ID. We're just waiting on that office to get this relinquishment, Judge. I mean, as we speak, we're waiting on that.
But Ms. Gordon has signed it?
It's my understanding that she has, Judge.
Okay.
Yep, that's my understanding. If you can bear with me, this has been an ordeal.
Okay. Well, I think we could go ahead, as I understood from this morning, Mr. Fuentes is in agreement. I can go ahead and find out what his agreement is, and then we'll just, if we need to take a break, we will until you're ready to proceed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Your
Honor. Ms. Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me pull that up. The department has come into a partial agreement specifically between Mr. Fuentes, the child ad litem, Courtney Wiggins, and his attorney, Savannah Kincaid.
Okay.
That agreement is for Mr. Fuentes to be a possessory conservator with the obligation of child support based on minimum wage, according to guideline and taking into account his other children. Also, for medical support, I don't think I proposed an exact number for Lamella, but I think $15 per month would be appropriate beginning October 1st of 2025. We're also asking child support to begin October 1st of 2025. He would be a possessory conservator by agreement. The department would be named permanent managing conservator. And his visitation would continue at 2 hours weekly, supervised by the department.
Okay.
And his attorney would be released once appellate deadlines expire, and the child ad litem would continue in the case.
Okay. All right. Ms. Kincaid, is that your client's agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Wiggins, are you in agreement?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Jackson, I know you don't have a dog in the hunt, but you don't have any objection. Okay.
No objection.
Okay. All right, then. I will go ahead and approve that agreement. As far as Mr. Fuentes is concerned, I'll name the department permanent managing conservator. I will name Mr. Fuentes a permanent possessory conservator. I'll set his child support based on minimum wage, taking into account the number of other children he supports. And I will set his medical support at $15 per month, both child support and medical support to begin on October 1st, 2025, and be due and payable on the same day of each month thereafter until further court order. I will continue Ms. Wiggins in the case as Lamella's attorney ad litem. All other court-appointed relationships will be dismissed after all appellate and de novo periods have expired. So, all right, with that having been said, then we will just, we'll take a break. Mr. Jackson, you just chime back in and let us know when you are ready to proceed.
Yes, sir, I'll do that. I'm expecting it any minute now, Judge.
Okay. Now I have Brittany Perez, Amanda Jones, and Angela Tidwell in the waiting room. Do we need to let them go or keep them on or what?
If they could be brought in, Your Honor, I think I would still have to put some testimony on, just that the removal was appropriate.
Okay.
And then I'll need to put best interest testimony on and reasonable efforts to reunify.
Okay, I'll get them all in. You can call your witness, whoever you want to call. And while we're waiting, Mr. Jackson, then I'll kind of keep my eyes on you when you're ready to.
Okay, the
Yeah.
department will call Amanda Jones then.
Okay. Let me find her. There she is. Ms. Jones, if you'd raise your right hand, please. Do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez?
Thank you, Your Honor. Amanda, who do you work for?
Child Protective Services.
And what do you do for them?
I am a family-based safety services caseworker.
Can you tell us what the Family-Based Safety Services Program is?
The family-based program works with families while the children remain in either the parent's care or with a voluntary caregiver to ensure that the parents are able to maintain safe and stable care for the children in the future and are able to mitigate the reasons for involvement with the department.
And does that also create an opportunity for parents to address problems of abuse and neglect without removing the children from their legal custody?
Yes.
Okay. So in your capacity as a family-based safety services worker, have you worked with Michael Fuentes?
Yes.
And were the children in his care Adriana Moore, Devon P.V, Michael P.V, and Lamella P.V?
Yes.
And the mother in the household of Lamella was that Deanna Gordon.
Yes.
And the mother of the three other children, she lived outside the household. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. In your affidavit to support removal, you have that a report was received on June 13th of 2023. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that the report that led to the family-based safety services that you worked with this family?
Yes.
Can you tell us what those intake allegations were that were made on June 13th of 2023?
The intake regarded, once investigations was involved, finding out that there were 2 incidents, but most of them centered around a physical altercation between Michael or Mr. P.V. and Miss Gordon.
Okay. And with that, the family-based safety services case opened up, and you actually, let's see, you met with Ms. Gordon on June 27th of 2023. Is that correct?
I believe I met with her June 23rd. I met with her prior to Mr. Fuentes.
Oh, okay. So in your affidavit, let's see, you have in your first paragraph in section 5, would you please refer to that paragraph?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was referred to me on June 23rd. I met with her on June 27th. My apologies.
Okay, great. Thank you. And during that conversation with Ms. Gordon, what did y'all discuss in regards to substance abuse?
She reported to me that she had a problem with drinking excessively and then using marijuana. She had also reported using cocaine in the past.
Okay. And was she at Senecor when you met her?
Yes.
Okay. And Senecor is that is a substance abuse rehabilitation facility. Is that correct?
Yes.
And was she in their inpatient program?
Yes.
Thank you. In addition to the marijuana use, what statements did she make regarding cocaine use?
She had reported to me that she had used cocaine with Mr. Fuentes about 4 months prior to me meeting with her.
And what mental health diagnoses did she disclose to you at that time?
She stated she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, anxiety, PTSD, and depression.
And at that point, was she agreeable to work services with the department?
Yes, she was.
And is that agreement by a parent to work services in the Family-Based Safety Services Program, is that agreement necessary?
Yes, in order to work a voluntary program.
Great. And then on June 27th of 2023, you met with Michael Fuentes, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And what did y'all discuss regarding the intake allegations?
He had reported there was an incident in which Miss Gordon got aggressive with him, and that a protective order had been issued.
Okay. And what mental health disorders did he report having been treated for previously?
He reported in the past he had been treated for anxiety.
And what did he report regarding any medication?
He had reported he had been prescribed Boost Bar in the past, but he wasn't currently taking it because of side effects.
Okay. And then let's see. Did he also report that he was on probation at that time?
Yes.
And what did he report that he was on probation for?
He reported he was on probation for an assault. Well, I don't remember what the probation was regarding, but there were also reports of him being on probation for the assault of Deanna.
Okay.
Miss Gordon, sorry.
Thank you. Now, moving forward to July 20th of 2023, did you meet again with Michael and the kids?
I did.
And what did he state regarding probation at that time?
He stated he believed he was going to be released.
Okay. And did he agree to work services through the Family-Based Safety Services Program?
Yes.
And what all did that family plan encompass for him?
It included an assessment and following recommendations from Texas Panhandle Centers for mental health evaluation and services, a psychosocial assessment and individual counseling, maintaining safe and stable housing, contact and visits with the department, and following through with Adriana's treatment with TPC.
And then on July 21st, 2023, did you attempt to meet Deanna at Senecor again?
Yes.
And how did that go?
She was not there at that point. Staff told me that she had left.
Okay, thank you. On August 14th of 2023, you spoke with Michael Fuentes regarding Deanna, is that correct?
On August 14th, speaking with Michael, yes, I spoke with him regarding Deanna.
And what did he report Deanna had told him?
That she had relapsed and had had a mental health crisis.
Okay. And at that point, what was your recommendation to Michael regarding her contact with the children?
That she would need to be supervised with the children based on those concerns, and that we would not recommend that he be the supervising party due to the domestic allegations between the two.
Okay. And then on August 16th of 2023, at Michael's home, you again spoke with Deanna, is that correct?
Yes.
And did she admit having relapsed on alcohol?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you tell her in regards to needing to be supervised now?
That she should be supervised with Lamella.
Okay. And did you present her family plan of service to her on August 17th of 2023?
Yes.
And did she agree to it and sign it?
Yes.
Can you tell us what services that family plan included?
It included that she would be attending counseling through Texas Panhandle Centers and working on substance abuse and sobriety.
Okay. Did you also ask, or did she also agree not to visit Lamella when she was under the influence?
Yes.
And at that time, did Michael deny that Deanna was residing in the home?
That's true.
Then on August 30th of 2023, a new intake was received regarding Michael and Deanna. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was that what were those intake allegations?
It reported that there was another domestic violence incident between Michael and Deanna. And Deanna then admitted that she had been staying at Michael's home.
And was that in the conversation you had with her the next day on August 31st of 2023?
Yes, with the investigator.
What was Deanna's account of events for that incident, that domestic violence incident?
She reported that he had woke her up and was yelling and hit her, and then that he had family members at the home who had also hit her. She tried to leave and fell down and ended up calling the police from a neighbor's home.
And was it reported that Michael again was using cocaine, Xanax, and Percocet?
Yes.
And on August 31st of 2023, did you meet with Michael and the kids at home regarding the new intake?
Yes.
And what did Michael admit regarding the allegations?
He admitted that Deanna had been at the home and she had passed out after drinking excessively. When she woke up, he became aggressive towards him and he contacted family members for help. She attempted to leave and fell down and then eventually did leave and the police were called.
And for clarification, during your family-based safety services case, was Lamella P.V. living with Michael?
Yes.
And so if Deanna was living with Michael, then they were both back in the same household with the child. Is that correct?
Correct.
On September 13th of 2023, you met with Deanna again at Senecor. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And what did she report regarding any relapse?
She reported that she had last used the previous night, but would not tell me what she had used.
And this family-based safety services plan continued, or case rather, continued for a few more months. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And during this time, did both Deanna and Michael drug screen for you? Did I cut out?
I think we lost her.
Did we lose her? Oh no.
Yeah, it says we lost her.
Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. The department at this time offers petitioners exhibit number 1, and it's a business records affidavit with drug screen results on Michael Fuentes from screens collected in September of 2023, 2 of those, and then April of 2024.
Objections? Okay, petitioners 1 submitted.
The department next offers petitioner's exhibit number 2. It's a business records affidavit with a drug screen result on Deanna Gordon for a sample collected on January 17th of 2024.
Got objections? Petitioners 2 is admitted.
And the department next offers a, I'll hold off on number 3 and continue with my questioning. So Ms. Jones, Mr. Fuentes, and Ms. Gordon drug screened during that family-based safety services case. Is that correct?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And what drugs, let's see, it looks like on September 27th, you received some results from Michael Fuentes's oral fluid test. Is that correct?
Yes.
And was that positive for a number of things?
Yes, it was.
And what was he positive for?
He's positive for benzoyl-gluconine and marijuana.
And was a safety plan signed on that date?
Yes.
And what did that safety plan state?
That safety plan stated that Michael agreed he would be supervised by Melissa Hernandez or Jasmine Fuentes or another approved party while caring for Lamella, Michael, Devon, or Adriana, and that any party that was supervising would be able to see and hear all interactions he had with his children.
Did that safety plan also have him agree not to use any illegal drugs or mind-altering substances
Yes.
or prescription medication in a way that was not prescribed?
Yes.
Okay. And did Michael also agree not to allow contact between Lamella and his other children with Deanna?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, then on September 28th of 2023, you did a safety plan specifically with Deanna. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did Deanna agree not to use any illegal drugs
Yes.
or alcohol
Yes.
or medication in a way not prescribed?
Correct.
Did she also agree to be supervised by CPS when visiting Lamella?
Yes.
All right, thank you. As a part of trying to help the family work their services, did you have Miss Gordon do an OSAR or a substance abuse assessment?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. And how did they do on those services during the family-based safety services case?
They struggled to make really any progress regarding services. When services were set up, they weren't attended with regularity. It was difficult to contact Deanna through most of the case. She was often leaving providers and then staying with friends. And so it was difficult to maintain contact with her.
Okay. And then on November 21st of 2023, a new intake was received by the department. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what were those intake allegations as to Michael?
The intake was that there was concern that Michael was using and selling cocaine.
And what were the intake allegations as to Deanna?
Deanna was in the pavilion after she had used fentanyl 2 days prior to that intake.
And then on November 28th, 2023, did you meet with Deanna at Senecor?
Yes, I did.
And what did she state regarding fentanyl?
She told me that she had overdosed 3 times on fentanyl.
Did she also advise that she'd gone to Michael's home to see Lamella?
Yes.
And what did she state Michael did to her while she was there?
She stated that he had beat her up and she had taken a Percocet, which ended up being fentanyl.
Did she also discuss, unfortunately, feeling suicidal?
Yes, that's why she decided she wanted to go to the pavilion.
Okay. And what was she prescribed at the pavilion?
She's prescribed gabapentin, olanzapine, sertraline, and trazodone.
And then on December 4th of 2023, the staff at OSAR, and that's Outreach Screening Assessment and Referral, is that correct?
Yes.
The staff at OSAR that you had set up a substance abuse assessment for Deanna with, what did they advise?
They had told me they made multiple attempts to contact Deanna, but they were not able to get in touch with her.
Okay. And then did you next talk to Michael about lifting the safety plan in December of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, what concerns did the department continue to have as far as drug use?
In December.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase my question. At that point in your conversation with Michael at December 19th of 2023, were you advising that the safety plan on Michael be lifted?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the plan in the event that Michael tested positive in the future?
That there would be more intensive intervention regarding substance abuse and obtaining sobriety.
Okay. And what led to the lifting of that safety plan for Michael?
He had tested negative on drug tests.
Okay. And so did the department feel at that point, but that it was safer for the children than before?
Yes.
Okay. And then you spoke with Deanna on January 10th of 2024, is that correct?
Yes.
And what did she state about where she was living?
She stated she was back in Amarillo, the Amarillo area, and she was staying with a friend, but she was attempting to get into a long-term treatment program.
And did she report any drug use?
She reported she had used marijuana about 2 days prior.
Okay. Let's see. And then on January 16th of 2024, you met with Michael and the children again, is that correct?
Yes.
And what concerns did you discuss with him at that time?
We talked about counseling because there had been attempts for both of them, both he and Adriana, to go to counseling, but they weren't attending regularly. And I discussed that had been a trend in the case. He also had reported that he applied for Medicaid for Lamella and he was working nights, and his sister was caring for the children when he was working.
And then on February 3rd of 2024, did Michael call and text asking if Brittany, the mother of the older 3 children, could spend the night?
Yes.
However, then on February 29th of 2024, what concerns arose?
I was meeting with Adriana and she told me that her mother and her mother's boyfriend were arrested for drugs. And so they had not seen their mother recently.
Okay. And then on March 26th of 2024, did you attempt to reach or talk to Deanna by phone?
Yes.
And had she left the Haven program?
Yes, she had.
And what is the Haven program?
The Haven program, I believe it's through Downtown Women's Center, but it's a program where there's housing, but also sobriety support. There's restrictions regarding contact and as well as help with the client's needs. And there's kind of a step-up process for the family or for the client to be able to maintain progress on their own.
So that program could have helped Ms. Gordon find some more stability in her life to be a better parent. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then on March 28th of 2024, you met with Michael and the children in the home. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what did y'all discuss regarding possible case closure?
We discussed the case moving towards possible closure as long as he was maintaining sobriety based on testing negative for substances.
Okay. And so did he agree to drug screen?
Yes, he stated he would test the following day.
Okay. And so you reminded him on March 29th, which was the following day. And how did he respond?
He told me that his car was not working and he would try to test the day following that.
Okay. And then on April 1st of 2024, Michael sent you a text that said what?
That he had attempted to test on March 29th, but the clinic had stated they closed at 3 p.m. that day.
And then you reminded Michael to test on April 4th of 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then on April 9th of 2024, what did you advise Michael of?
That his test results from April 4th had come back invalid due to abnormal pH.
Okay. And based on the difficulty in having Michael test, and then the result coming back abnormal, were you concerned that he had relapsed?
Yes.
Okay. How does the department consider or view when drug screens are requested but are not completed?
It's a concern for sobriety, and many times it's considered a positive test.
Okay, so it's a presumed positive drug screen result, is that correct?
Yes.
And so those drug screens that you requested at the end of March and early April, you consider those to have been positive?
Yes.
Now, in making reasonable efforts to prevent removal, did you analyze the case for a possible kick-out order of one of the parents?
I believe we had looked into that, but the concern was that Deanna and Michael continued to allow Deanna to come stay. And so we didn't feel like that would be followed.
And if Michael had relapsed as well, that would mean that neither parent could provide a safe environment for them. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there were also concerns with the other mother of the older children with drug use and a possible arrest. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And so did you determine or feel, let me rephrase, did you feel that Lamella P.V. was in immediate danger for her physical health and safety?
Yes, after there was a new intake.
And considering that the family had had a very long family-based safety services case and were still relapsing and unstable, did you feel like non-legal intervention would not, I'm sorry, let me rephrase. How long did this family-based safety services case last?
At that point, it had almost been a year. It opened in June of 23, and we are now in April of 2024.
And how long are family-based safety services cases supposed to last?
The goal is about 6 months.
Okay, so the department had actually worked about 5 or 6 months longer than a normal family-based safety services case with these parents. Is that correct?
Yes.
And towards the end of this case, were the problems that presented at the beginning still present?
Yes.
And did you feel there was an immediate danger to the children?
Yes.
And the family-based safety services program for this case to continue in would not have been appropriate. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you feel like this case needed legal intervention?
Yes.
Okay. And if the family-based safety services program was not appropriate, could there have been a parent-child safety placement?
Not if the family-based program was no longer helping the family.
Okay. And so that parental child safety placement, that's where a child is either placed outside of the home or a parent moves out and somebody else moves in. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so that still would have left the child in immediate danger. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, did the department decide to remove the children?
Yes.
All right, I pass the witness.
All right, does anyone else have questions for this witness? No? All right,
No questions.
Ms. Gutierrez, any other witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. We asked that Ms. Jones be released, and then I call Brittany Perez as my next witness.
All right, let me. All right, Ms. Jones, I'll go ahead and remove you so you can go about what's left of your day's business.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next?
Brittany Perez.
Okay, Ms. Perez, if you do it, unmute, please. Thank you, ma'am. If you raise your right hand, do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Perez, who do you work for?
The Department of Family Protective Services.
And you investigated an intake regarding Michael Fuentes and Deanna Gordon. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And was the child Lamella P.V?
Yes.
And is her date of birth October 27th of 2022?
Yes.
And when was that intake received?
The department received an intake on June 13th, 2023.
And what were the intake allegations?
There was concerns for a domestic violence incident that happened between Ms. Gordon and Mr. P.V.
And in your interview with Mr. P.V, is he also known as Mr. Fuentes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll refer to him as Mr. Fuentes. In your interview with Mr. Fuentes, what did he state regarding the intake allegations?
He first asked for clarification and was asking if it was regarding an incident that happened last week, and I had informed him it was a delayed report. And that's whenever he had told me that there was an incident where Deanna was passed out asleep, kind of on in the porch. He tried to get her and wake her up, which caused an altercation to where she became aggressive and then locked herself into the restroom.
Okay. And what else did he state regarding, I think regarding the pavilion?
She had to be transported by the to the hospital to be checked out due to her having cuts on her.
Okay. And was it Mr. Fuentes' explanation that she had cut herself?
Correct.
Okay. And did any of the children witness that?
Unaware about the cutting, but was there for the altercation.
Okay. And did he go on to state that, let's see here. And in your investigation, did you also interview the children?
Yes, ma'am.
And did they also make statements that there's domestic violence between Ms. Gordon and Mr. P.V?
Yes, ma'am. 2 of the children.
Okay. And then you spoke with Ms. Gordon at Senecor Rehabilitation on June 20th of 2023. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And what did she state?
That she has an ongoing history with mental health, as well as coping mechanisms that might not be appropriate, and that she has a history of self-harming.
Okay. What did she state regarding a CPS case in Colorado with her oldest daughter?
That she had ongoing history with CPS due to her daughter testing positive, as well as her for cocaine.
Okay. And did she disclose diagnoses of anxiety, depression, borderline personality, and now an eating disorder?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you spoke with, let's see, it looks like you continued your conversation with her and you discussed her relationship with Mr. Fuentes. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What did she state regarding their arguments?
A lot of it was concerns with infidelity, him returning home late, doing whatever he wants to do, and him continuously cheating on her.
Okay. And did she also state if their arguments were about her having postpartum depression?
Yes, that Mr. P.V. advised that she needed to get help with postpartum, and she didn't want to look like a failure, so she decided that she would not do that.
And what statement did she make in that on that conversation regarding drinking?
That she was using drinking as a coping mechanism to deal with how she was feeling.
Okay. And so did you refer the case to family-based safety services?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that time, were both parents agreeable to working services?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I pass the witness.
Anyone have further questions for Ms. Perez?
No questions, Your Honor.
No,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
All right, Ms. Gutierrez, any other witnesses?
Yes, I'll have one more witness. We asked that Ms. Bettis be released, Your Honor. And
Okay.
I'd like to check in with Mr. Jackson to see whether or not he has that relinquishment. It'll determine how in-depth I go into with my next witness.
All right, Ms. Perez, I'm going to go ahead and release you so you can go about your afternoon's business.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Jackson, where are we?
Judge, this relinquishment's been signed and has been forwarded to Mrs. Gutierrez here just a few minutes ago.
Okay, I have an email from Olga.
Yeah, you should have gotten that from my boss.
Okay, yes, Your Honor, I do have that relinquishment. Let me forward that email over to the new caseworker. Let's see. I don't think we're gonna get this filed before 5 PM, Your Honor, but we will get it filed probably first thing tomorrow.
All right, just it's on file when I sign the order.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And the department calls Angela Tidwell as its next witness.
All right, Ms. Tidwell, if you'd raise your right hand, do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. And then let me check my exhibits. Let's see here. Your Honor, I'd like to, is there any objection to me just offering multiple exhibits in a group?
I have no objection. Anyone else? All right, you can do. Sorry.
Your Honor.
All right. You can do that, Ms. Gutierrez, please.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna skip exhibits 3 and 4, and I now offer petitioners exhibit number 5 through number 14.
All right, any objection? Okay, petitioners 5 through 14 are admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Angela, who do you work for?
I work for St. Francis Ministries.
And what do you do for them?
I am a permanency specialist.
And are you now assigned to the case with the child Lamella P.V?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Let's see here. Where is the child currently placed?
She's currently placed with Macy Fuentes, which is a paternal aunt to Michael, or Michael's aunt, sorry.
And are we asking the court today to name the department permanent managing conservator?
Yes, ma'am.
And is the long-term plan for the child to actually change permanent managing conservatorship in the future to her placement?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that is a relative of the father, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Can you tell us why the department being named permanent managing conservator is in Lamella's best interest?
Lamella is bonded to Macy, and she has provided stable housing. She's met all of her basic needs. She's actually made sure that Lamella has made all of her medical, dental appointments, her ECI services. And it would be in Lamella's best interest to stay in her current placement with Macy.
Okay, and the department can continue working with her placement to qualify for that permanency care assistance program, is that correct?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Now regarding Deanna, you understand she has signed a relinquishment, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I just received that email from you.
Would it be in Lamella's best interest that Deanna Gordon's parental rights to Lamella be terminated based off that relinquishment?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please give us a detailed reason as to why?
Unfortunately, Deanna has not shown sobriety throughout the life of the case. She's not completed all of her services. She's not been able to provide stable housing, employment. She's been in and out of facilities, drug facilities. There's just been a lack of stability on behalf of Deanna Gordon.
Okay. And can you please describe the reasonable efforts that we have made to reunify Lamella with her parents?
Yes, ma'am. At the beginning of the case, St. Francis has turned in service authorizations to ensure that Deanna would be able to work services. There were parental or supervised visits between Deanna and Lamella set up through St. Francis. And there were attempts to conduct monthly face-to-face visits with Deanna. And then there were monthly face-to-face visits conducted with Lamella.
Okay. And placing the child with a relative, that's also a reasonable effort to reunify the family. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And mother's visitation was stopped, but could restart if she provided a negative hair follicle drug screen result and a negative urinalysis drug screen result. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that was in August, I believe.
Okay, and did she ever provide those negative screen results?
Unfortunately, there was a positive hair follicle, but there was a negative urinalysis.
When was the most recent positive hair follicle?
That was on, let's see, sorry, on August 11th
Of
of
2025?
2025. Yes, ma'am. Sorry,
Okay.
let me get my court report. My apologies.
That's okay. And so do you believe that Miss Gordon has relapsed?
She has,
And what drugs was she positive for in that August hair follicle?
yes, ma'am, she was positive for cocaine, marijuana, and methamphetamine.
Okay. And so going back to the visitation piece, let's see here. Your Honor, I asked that the court take judicial notice that of Exhibit 8, the initial permanency hearing order before final order.
You noted.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I asked the court to note section 7.2 that her visitation with the child is suspended until she provides a negative hair follicle and a negative urinalysis drug screen result.
So noted.
Thank you. So Angela, the department requesting and facilitating drug testing for Ms. Gordon, was that also in an effort to help her meet those conditions to restart visitation?
Yes, ma'am.
And did we also conduct home studies on multiple relatives?
Yes, ma'am, that is accurate.
Okay. Are we asking the court today to terminate her parental rights based solely on that relinquishment?
Yes, ma'am.
And going into additional questions about the best interest of the child, let's see. We've already discussed the future plans for the child, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at this point, do you believe that Deanna Gordon has the parental ability to provide a safe and sober living environment for the child?
No, ma'am.
Can she provide for the emotional or physical needs of the child?
No, ma'am.
Do you believe that the parent-child relationship is not an appropriate one at this point?
It is not.
Okay. All right, I pass the witness.
All right, anyone have questions for Ms. Tidwell? All right then, Ms. Gutierrez, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor. We do ask that Miss Gordon's parental rights be terminated on that relinquishment. We also ask for a finding that the department made reasonable efforts to reunify the family,
But I will make those findings.
and the department rests.
All right. Does anyone else have any other witnesses? All right,
Yeah,
then.
I have no witnesses. I would just state for the record that my client has submitted a signed voluntary relinquishment to this court today, which Ms. Gutierrez is in possession of.
All right. Okay, then, Ms. Wiggins, any recommendations you need to make?
Judge, I just recommend, I'm in agreement with the agreement with Mr. Fuentes to be
Yes, ma'am.
possessory conservator, department PMC, and Ms. Gordon to be terminated based off K.
All right. then.
Relinquishment.
Okay, thank you. All right, I've already announced that I've approved that agreement concerning Mr. Fuentes, and I will just now, I do find that it's in the best interest of the child, Lamella P.V, that the parental rights of the mother, Deanna May Gordon, be terminated. I'll terminate those rights today based solely on the affidavit of relinquishment, which she has signed today, as well as Texas Family Code Section 161.001, subsection B1K. I don't know if I announced this before, so if I did, I'll re-announce it. I will continue Ms. Wiggins as Lamella's attorney ad litem in this case. All other court-appointed relationships will be dismissed after all appellate and de novo periods have expired. attorneys can discuss with their clients their appellate and de novo rights. Okay, since we have a final resolution in this case, there will be no further hearing set. So, and this was our final hearing of the day. So,
Oh,
Judge,
Your
we-
Honor.
yeah, one of us, two people are talking. I don't know who. Ms.
Courtney,
Gutierrez.
go ahead.
It's probably the same issue. We got, the department has PMC, so we would need that next hearing. And I think you set the
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. Let me look.
And I
I've
think
got-
you set the other one January 26th.
Let me see.
Blanking.
Let me see the other PV case. They were both January 12th. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Yes, I will set a review hearing for January 12th, 2026. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So parties can talk, the parties that are still involved can talk to their lawyers, or anyone can go on the courts online docket a day or two before January 12th to see what time of day we'll have that hearing. Okay, this was our final hearing, so we will be in recess. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all. Appreciate you working that out.
Hmm.
Amy, I'll see you Wednesday.
Yep. See you then, Judge. Thanks.
Okay,